50 years in, we're standing on the shoulders of giants with this show. It was Ilse Fang who started a tradition that I can't imagine she thought would still exist 50 years later, and so many people carried that torch and revisioned the event to be what Suffolk needed then to keep it going. Marilyn Plotkins has been instrumental, and Chris DiStefano and Vicky Carnes and Bob DeGuardia and Kathy Maloney and Nancy Stoll, all these people have kept it going all of these years.
In 1974, Suffolk had 2 buildings. That was it. And it grew, and we moved, things changed, and it's nice to know that there's a constant. Fall Fest, SpringFest, we have so much talent here and so many different groups in performing arts. And I'm very happy to have been a part of it.
And our favorite memory of Fall Fest and SpringFest is that we make friends. And all of you who are participating tonight, we hope you have friends who last for 30 years too.
It was did it as a SpringFest and a celebration of spring, arts, nature, but also the end of the year. And it was, again, a collaboration of faculty and students. They even had baking, people would bake cakes, and it was just really interesting kind of performance activity.
I think that's sort of the magic of Fall Fest, Spring Fest, and why I think it has the longevity that it has had. It's a celebration of everything right about Suffolk, bringing our university community together and a historical connection to our community, to people who came long before us and people who will come long after us.
Fall Fest taps into this thing that is Suffolk's superpower, right, which is diversity. It's diversity of thought, diversity of backgrounds. You're going to end up being on stage with the marketing major, who's also there with the business major. The community you end up building on that stage is incredible.
Being involved in Fall Fest really helped me find a group of people that were a second family. I met people that were in all different classes, all different majors, and they really helped me kind of figure out what I wanted from a college experience.
I believe Fall Fest, Spring Fest is such a vital part of the Suffolk tradition because it's incredibly open. It really one of the few shows that invites people from all walks of life. From a community standpoint, it brings everyone together. Doesn't matter the age, doesn't matter your religion, creed, race, orientation, there's something for everybody.
It is a showcase where families can come, friends can come, it's accessible, it's free, anyone can come out to it. I think that is huge.
Back then, Suffolk was very heavily a commuter school. A lot of people would drive in to go to their classes and head home. Fall Fest created this culture of us hanging out, not just from going class to class.
This is an evolving piece of art that changes every year, but also keeps that history. This show is constantly adapting to the ways in which Suffolk has grown throughout the years.
I think one of the reasons that SpringFest has lasted so long because we're willing to sort of reinvent. It moved from spring to fall to back to spring, and it's been in different venues and had different formats to respond to what our community needs now, while staying true to its fundamental mission of gathering together and expressing our joy and our pride in our community through the arts. In 2020, we just felt very strongly that this couldn't be the first year in almost half a century that we didn't have a SpringFest. The history of Fall Fest and SpringFest meant that we had the freedom to change it, and we had the freedom to change it to be what our community needed then. Having a space, even a virtual space, where we got to applaud one another and see each other's names in the comments and know that we were watching this at the same time with people that we hadn't seen in person in a couple months and we missed, I think it did mean a lot.
For me, what made Fall Fest and now Spring Fest different was it was for fun. It was 100% meant to bring joy.
Watching helped people become more comfortable in their own skins, whether they're playing a role or they're performing a musical piece. There's something about the journey that is amazing. The audience only gets to see the finished product. And in many ways, I wish they could see the journey as well, because I think that's really where the magic happens.
Fall Fest gave me confidence, social skills. It gave me presentation skills. I understand what it means to project your voice with confidence and make sure that your message gets across clearly. What made me want to come back as an alum was just a good opportunity for me to reconnect with the department and the community that I love so much, and to also just give a little bit back. I just felt very comfortable. I felt like I was home again.
What inspired me to come back and do SpringFest was to, one, give back to the Suffolk community, but also I wanted to create that home energy and to tell kids there is a way to make community here.
One thing that I always advise performers is that the real you is the best you. So go out there and be yourself.
When you have people on a stage and you have people in an audience, there's a collective experience that it helps us develop a deeper sense of who we are as people. I believe it broadens our empathy. And then perhaps most importantly, it teaches us new ways to understand and navigate the world.